Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Quinn. This is my very first video on this new channel, which in this channel I'm going to be talking about budgeting, lifestyle, figuring out life. It's going to be fun. We're all going to be on this ride together. It's going to be great. If I sound a bit weird, it's because I'm wearing Invisalign. I just got it a week ago and I'm still learning how to talk again, which is really fun because one of my jobs, I'm a server. That's right, I have two jobs and I'm a server at one, so I have to constantly be talking to people all the time. And so this is what this channel is about. We're going to be figuring out how to do life together and it's going to be really fun. But this video we are going to be talking about my bullet journal. So I started bullet journaling about 4 months ago. It hasn't been that great. I used to take around with me a planner and a notebook and be writing everything in 2 different notebooks, carrying around with me, both of them everywhere. So I started just taking around and I got this bullet journal. So this is a Scribbles That Matter. I got it off of Amazon. It is an A5 size. It's nice. This is the size compared to my hand. On it with it came this attachment that you can put a pen, and I decided to keep it on. And the pen that I use is a Pilot G2. It works really well. It's a 0.5. I like a more fine line, though not so fine that I can't read it. That's what we're going to be doing with this video. We are going to be creating our August plan with me. So grab yourself a nice beverage. I have with me a not so hot chocolate. I wanted hot chocolate, but it is really hot, so I just kind of let it sit around and cool down a bit. Let's begin. So getting started, I recently bought from Target these Crayola Super Tip washable markers. I hear everybody talking about these in the bullet journal community. People love them. They're really cheap compared to some of the other options like the Tom Bone, or that's the only other brand I can think of right now, but like those ones. So this one's going to be pretty nice. We're going to open it up. It's my first time with these. It's going to be exciting. We're all experiencing this together as I try to figure out how to open the box. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm an actual child. Here we go. There we go. Alright. Nice. Okay. Okay. Cool. So it is come out like this. So for this month, the one I wanted to go for with the theme for the month is going to be very sunflowery. So that should be nice. Okay. Okay, we are back and the glasses are on and I got a little bit more light in this room. So normally what a lot of people do, especially if they're doodling a bit, is they like to kind of go over everything first with pencil, just to kind of do nice little outlines, some guidelines. But we're not going to do that because we're different. We're edgy. We like to live life on the edge, and I did not plan this out far enough in advance to be able to do so. So we're just going to jump right into it. We're just going to do August. Okay, this is my first time ever using these pens too, so oh goodness. So this is going to be fun. Okay, cool. So that's something, and let's see how the bleed is. Wow, does not bleed at all. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. There's a little bit of ghosting on here, but that's actually not bad at all. Okay, cool. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this, and I'm actually going to use this as well. So we're going to actually start with doing a bit of outlines here. We're going to do the outlines first, and then we're going to go in with the colors. So how are we doing? Oh my goodness, I didn't even do the monthly little setup things that I like to do. Okay, so we're going to do that real quick here. We're going to look at what the beginning of August looks like. So August starts on Thursday. Okay, so August starts on a Thursday, so we're going to go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what I'm doing here is I am just writing the beginning of the month, just the smallest little month at a glance. There's really not a point for me to do this. I never really go back to look at it, but it's nice to see, and it kind of fills out the month nicely in the front page, the front spread. I like how it looks, so I just kind of stick with it. If you want, you can make it more in the lines. I don't, because I like how, at least for the spread, just like how crazy it's gonna be looking and how kind of just like organic it's gonna be. Okay, this is how I remember. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, August. There's 31. 31 days. Cool. So now to continue on with our sunflower. So we're going to do, this is kind of be the inner corner of it, inner seed part. Alright, so now we're going to color it in. I'm going to start, these are the main colors I'm going to use. They are these orange and then these brown here, I think. I might go ahead and grab some more if I find I need them. But awesome. Okay, so we're going to start with the lightest yellow color and do kind of like the highlights part of everything. This, I think I'm gonna do, yeah, kind of like that, and then go back in. Definitely kind of like this, like messy look here. I don't know what works best with these pens when it comes to blending, if you should do the highlights first or the darker colors first, or if it even really matters. If they just cover each other up either way, you never know. Because right now it looks like this is just covering up the highlights I just put down, so we're probably, I don't know what it's going to look like if I put the go back over it with the yellow. So not much, can't like peek through or much of anything. So okay, with this one we're gonna try to go around these highlight areas I made. This darker orange. I'm seeing this one. So now that we know that how that is going to, how these pens kind of work a bit more, I'm going to go in more with this lighter brown first. I'm just going to kind of go around where I want the colors to go. Taking this darker brown, I'm going to do the dot. So the dots kind of on sunflower seeds from drawing something. You see, they kind of accumulate into rings. Okay, so there's that side of the August part. Grab some more of my drink. Now we're just gonna put a quote on the other side here. One that I like, that kind of like goes well with the end of the August, end of summer. I was gonna say I found it on, I just found it on Google. So with the quote, it just says, "Keep your head up and face the sun." It's pretty simple, pretty fun. So we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna make it as fun as we can get it. And face the sun. Okay. This one's fun here. And some colorful drop shadows. Awesome. Okay, so there is our cover page. Keep your head up and face the sun. Nice. Okay, so starting into the next page. This next page is just going to be, we are going to have our bills on one side and then our month at a glance on the other. It is just going to say, really simply, the fonts that I'm doing for this month is going to be this just, cursive and then tall capitalized letters. I have pen all over my hands already. Great, okay. So we're just going to go with the capitalized letters for this one. Bills. Now I like to have it say bills, like I like to have my bills and my monthly glance on the same full spread, because one of the monthly glance and I can see the bills. I will show you how I did it for this last month. Yeah, so with it you can see when the bills are coming out on the date, and I can see it on here, and I compare it with, I would write my paydays on here, any other big things that were happening, so I can kind of see all at once when it was going to happen. So I'm going to do that this here for here. Once again, I'm going to take maybe not that orange color. I did this orange color for this drop shadows. I think I'll just keep that going on throughout the rest of this here. Oh, doodles on the side. Okay. Make it look all flowery. And then once at a glance. Voila, month at a glance. This is really the only time I really do convert to this one, is when I'm doing my month at a glance, so I can see now what it's going to look like. So taking this orange, this info, Sunday, Monday, I'm running out of space. Friday and Saturday. Cool. So this is why you do want to measure things out before you put them down, but it is okay. We will be fine. That's perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do actually, okay, here's how we're gonna do this. How we're gonna do this once. To make it still look very kind of organic and still go with that organic sunflowery feel, we're going to just, I want to zoom you guys in a bit. Let me do this. Here we go. Okay, so we're just going to start, I think what we said, the first is on Thursday, so in just one block, I'm going to do 1, that was going to be rough, 2, 3, hopefully I never have things going on Saturday. I think I want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th dot down, so 1, 2, 4, 5. Cool. So there's just that month at a glance, but I'm gonna make it just a tad bit more fun here, and we're gonna just kind of, I'm gonna go first with this orange color again. Just gonna kind of little circles. Everything's still kind of wet, I think. And to go along with the dots, we're gonna go rhythmically circle the dots. Okay, so there is my bills and my month at a glance there. So the next spread that I usually have is my spending log. These are the next spreads that I do, is I do logs of what I spend and then also my income, because a lot of times you can just kind of do it online, or you can make it, or you can just really just go into your own bank account and look things up. But as a server, I make cash tips a lot. I bring home cash and then also I spend that cash, and there's no way to really show on a bank account that you were just spending cash. So this is just how I do it, is I like to just document it all on here. Some months are a little worse than others with my documentation, but it also helps me kind of see just fully, like, wow, I spent so much just one day, and I could see that. So I'm going to go in, and we're going to do kind of the same thing. And I think with this, I'm going to want to do spending in caps and then log in cursive. And I tend to do two spreads, a full page spread, because I spend a lot. I'm trying to control that, but it ends up being that I'm using 2 pages, and I haven't gone past 2 pages, thankfully, but I haven't gone really under 2 pages either, so. Okay, spending log. Cool, so how I end up documenting my logs here is, as you can see right here, I have from last month, I do a date, I do the shop, the item that I purchased, how much it was, and whether I paid credit card or cash for that. So I'm going to do that for here. For this, I'm just going to do cursive for all around because it already looks kind of cute, so I'm going to just continue with the cuteness here. I'm not going to add color to that part, I'm just going to do this. Awesome. So those are my spending logs. It has the date that I purchased it, where I got it from, what I got, the amount that I spent, whether I paid with card or cash. I try to do it to where at the end of the month I have way more cash that I spent than I used my card. The card mostly is going to be for bills. I'll go more into detail on that in my next video when I go over my my monthly budget for you. Okay, and so in the next page, we're just going to do our income log. So making it essentially the exact same thing as our spending log. We're doing the date where I got paid from, since I do have 2 jobs and some side hustles, the amount and whether it was through card, check, online like PayPal, or cash. So we're just going to do that right here. I'm just going to kind of speed through it as I go through it here. Check, cash, or I think I want to say it's like online, because now I'm getting paid sometimes through Venmo or through PayPal, and it really just depends on the type of job that I'm getting. So I'm just saying whether it was a check, cash, or online. Okay, so that is my income log. It's how it tends to be, at least since I have 2 new side hustles that are just now starting. Everything tended to stay just on one page, and then I would do a full at the end of the month look back and going back over everything and seeing how well I was doing with my budget and write it out on the other page. But now that I have some more side hustles that I'm starting, I might actually end up taking both pages for income, which is really fun. I mean, I write pretty big for the income log just so that way it takes up more space and that way it looks better, and then I end up writing really small for my spending logs. But we're just gonna go with that. So those are the logs that I do. I don't really do log or track anything else. A lot of people have habit trackers. I don't really have many habits that I track. I could track my water intake. That's something that I really should be doing, but other than that, I spend most of my time working or hanging out with people. There's not much to be tracking. It's really hard to track my sleep, and it's the only other thing that I could also be tracking besides my water intake is what I eat in the day. That could possibly be something I do for next month, but for this month I'm just going to be keeping it with my normal spending logs and my income log, and then also when my bills are due. I could incorporate that for next month. We'll see how it goes. I'll look up some inspiration for some other logs that I could do, and who knows, that could be something I would do. But right now we're sticking with this, and we're just going to go into our first weekly spread, because now August is here, and August is basically here this week. So we're going to figure out how we want to do it. I don't do an hourly spread. I kind of change it up every week to see how I like to have it set up. But right now, I used to do it, if we look at the very beginning, hard to go back and show because I would write, okay. Well, as you could see from like March, I had to take up the entire month, and I would write down, or the entire spread for the week, and then I would write down things that I did that day, some big thoughts from when I would do some stuff. This was a fun month that I really like doing. This was as you see, it was super cute, but this was a Winnie the Pooh themed month. And I was using Sharpies, so that's why everything's like bleeding through and being intense. But now, at least for last month, I kind of had the entire week on one page because I was finding I wasn't putting as much into thoughts of like what I was doing, and then same with so I wasn't adding as much. It wasn't much for me to write into to fill up the entire page. So I think I'll do the same for this month and see how it goes. I might find that I have some more thoughts and more things that I want to document and put down as little memories, but for right now, I'm just going to go at least for the first weekly spread as just a one-page kind of spread. So we're gonna go with that here. So we'll start. I always start with in the corner, just what month it is. I think I'm gonna, usually I just did the initials of the month. As you can see right there, I did full August. I'm not sure if I like that. No, I'm not gonna keep that up. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting because August starts on a Thursday. As you can see I had July go into August 3rd, and I went into that, so I might just start on Thursday since I already have this all written up. I'll just start with Thursday. So how do I want to do it? So we're going to do the 3rd through the 5th. And then I usually have a little to do here. I'm going to go just a little simple flower. To remind me that a little spot, if I need anything, I need to make sure that I do this week. I'm going to write it down, all to-dos. And I'm going to do it this week. I think I'm just going to do it really simple for at least this part, because it's only 3 days, and I'm starting to put up YouTube videos, and I'm starting all these other side hustles. So I think I'm just going to do the 3 days and write like to-dos for on the side of like what I need to do for that day. So we're going to do that. We're going to go with, this is Thursday. See, so then on here I'll just, mostly I just write when I'm working, what jobs, and then if I have any to-dos that I need to do for that day in regards to any of our side hustles. So I'll go back in later on and put in my work schedule for that, and I'll probably, I don't know what I want to do for next week yet of how I'm going to do my spread, but I'll probably figure that out and then post it up on Instagram. But other than that, I think that is going to do it for my August monthly spread. So this was fun. This was great. I actually really enjoyed this. Yeah, I like how it's turning out, and so far I like how it's going to be looking when I go throughout everything. Keep up and stay tuned for my next video when I go over all of my bills and then I put everything into my month at a glance, so that way you can see really what I use my bullet journal for when it comes to spending and keeping track of anything. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. We made it through. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you want to follow me on any of my social media networks, they will be listed down below, but they're all at QuinneKalyn. Yeah, this is exciting. This is fun. I'm really sweaty right now because it's so hot and I'm nervous. Okay, all right. I'll just see you guys in my next video. Thank you. Bye.